Hey, what's happening, y'all? It's me coming back at you again with another vid. So, first things first, I wanted to give you guys a quick update on my Ezra Charles versus Sugar Ray Leonard video on who's greater between the two. So, as I promised you, it will be a career breakdown matchup between both fighters, comparing, contrasting, their fighting styles and matching their greatness against one another. So, all the whole spiel, a full breakdown and details of all the fights they've had and so forth. So that video will be presented to you by tomorrow, no later than that date. So get ready for a wealth of information to be presented. Some of the things you may have heard about Ezra Charles, and the video that's coming up will contain all the information that you may not have, you weren't too fond of him. So yeah, can't wait. So anyhow, Canelo Alvarez came out and he's had spoken, and he said that his next fight after Liam Smith will be 160. That's right, the full 160 limit, meaning there will be no catchweights involved. So Canelo, according to this report on Boxing Scene, he said here, quote, that we're thinking this is a possibility the last fight at 154 or 155 Canelo weight, however you want to put it. But right now, we're only thinking of this fight. I feel comfortable, and I feel very comfortable, and I feel that I can make the weight good, but I think I will feel more comfortable moving up in the weight class. So the weight and the dieting is always difficult, but it won't complicate things for us. As we are professionals in the sport, and we will make the weight. So I'll leave it at that. So it could be apparent that Canelo Alvarez is struggling to make this 154 weight at this point. So, which is no surprise because Canelo is a very, very big guy. And I mean big. He's really big to be a light middleweight or a middleweight by that matter, because out of the ring, he walks around close to 190, almost he's a cruiserweight. He's like 190, 195 out of the ring. So he's really cutting a lot of weight, and he's been doing this for the last 2-3 years now, particularly making his 155 Canelo weight, catch weight, Canelo weight, his own weight class, which is 1 pound above this super welterweight. So apparently this has been taking a toll on his body. This was perfectly illustrated in the weigh-in with the Amir Khan the day before the Amir Khan fight, where he tipped the scales. He came in at the 155 limit. As soon as they announced the weigh-in, he just immediately got off the scales. It's like, whoa, he was rushing to get a drink of water or something to eat or whatnot. Yeah, he was severely dehydrated. So it's no surprise. We all knew that him putting on him making the Canelo weight, or 154 by that matter, for the last 2 or 3 years, has really took a toll on his body. So, with that said, he's kind of realizing now that making 154 is much harder than trying to make that 155 Canelo weight. So, we'll see. We'll see how he comes in the weigh-in. Obviously he'll be drained. But I don't think it's really going to affect his performance against Liam Smith, because Liam Smith is very, very tailor-made to for Canelo's style. So, I expect him to get through that fight with relatively very ease to capture the 154 middleweight title. And obviously, we expect that he won't defend that title. He'll just collect it and then just vacate it and just move up to middleweight. Now, what that means, though, if Golovkin does get past Brook, which we all expect he will, with somewhat, I don't think it's going to be that easy, because Kell Brook is a much better fighter than Liam Smith, even if he fights at 147. But once he gets past Brook, this is a very, very good indication that the Canelo and Golovkin fight could happen sooner than expected, given the fact that Canelo will be forced to move up to 160, make the full weight limit. But then again, Canelo can be using his negotiation power, as he does see fit to do. Actually, that he sees fit in a way. So he is gonna really be the guy to dictate all the negotiations on what he wants in the deal leading up to his clash with Gennady Golovkin. So Yeah. And speaking of Gennady Golovkin, he just recently came out and said that he will, no, he'll have no interest moving up to 168, even though his management had said a couple days ago that they're pursuing a Gilberto Ramirez fight. So, oh my goodness, wow. But I do appreciate his candidacy, his candid and honesty there, because he said, "Look, I'm at 160. I'm aging. I only got a couple more years left in me, so I just want the bits going forward." So, obviously the Kell Brook fight is a very big fight, so he's going to take the Marvin Hagler route. In a way, he's going to, try to bring these superstar fighters fighting in the lower weight classes to come up to 160 and fight him, and so that way he can bankroll on that. Hey, again, I appreciate his honesty for doing that. So, but the only thing is that he set himself up again for more ridicule. So, people are going to say, "Well, wait, hey, hold up. Once again, you said you'll fight Ramirez, but his team by that matter, or you called out 168, but now you're saying you're not going to want to fight those guys." I don't know. Every time this, things like this comes up, these contradictions come up with Golovkin in his camp. It just leads to another divide in the YouTube boxing community platform. So, anyhow, I guess that's another video I'll do on that. And yeah, let me know what you guys' thoughts are. Care to comment, share, subscribe. I'll post a link to the article below. You come to your conclusions, and yeah, just let me know what your thoughts are. Oh, by the way, before I go, there's an individual who has been really trolling, and obviously he knows what I'm talking about. He really is walking around thinking he's a smart ass, and he thinks he's smarter than everybody based off his intellect approach on certain things. And but one thing I gotta tell this individual, because he may have, he probably viewed or listened to the debate, not the debate. Well, yeah, you could call it debate, whatever you want to call it. The open conversation that the librarian I had with Sean Newton. And I say this, I know Sean and I are having a lot of differences right now, but at least I got to give him some bit of respect here, because he actually did get on the platform and he did say he would. He's willing to talk both of us, me and the librarian, at the same time. So I got to give him some respect for that at least. So much power to him right there. But the individual caught the comment that I made about Canelo, about Golovkin being somewhat of a hypocrite for taking a fight against a welterweight that he said he would never do. And this individual said that I'm an idiot because it's not different because Canelo chose a welterweight rather than Golovkin. Well, idiot, let me tell you something. That's not the point. The point is that Golovkin went on 2 separate interviews, said that he'll never fight a welterweight, particularly Kell Brook. That's all I got to say. I'm out.